Dr.Carol O'Connor with Ryman Reason Foundation, and we're here with BigBam SoufLord,
Ah,
representing for the city of Jackson, Mississippi, and all the people of similar heart.
yes.
So we're going to be having a nice discussion, ideas kind of going back and forth, and have a chance for everyone to get to know Bam better. Or those of you who haven't had a chance to meet him yet, here's your lucky day.
Let's go. We're gonna rock out. This is gonna be a rock out. Oh Lord, this is giving me electricity coming through me. It's electrifying right now. And before we get into it, I would like to also thank you for this opportunity today, and for us getting together and doing this here. We've known each other for years. I want to say over 15 years.
Exactly.
And and I really appreciate you adding me to your rhyme and reasons, your stories, your events, everything. And it's more to come, and we're gonna get into some more.
That's what's important because I have an opportunity to reach out to the young people who sometimes don't have positive influences.
Right.
And so you can be positive influence.
Yes.
They can grow up and be like you because you turned out real good.
Yes. Yes.
You know?
Yes. Right.
That's it.
Cause that's one of my main thing right now. I wanna push out and present a lot of positivity right now to the world because right now, like with the day and age we in, the world need a lot of positivity and inspirations right now. Cause we got it's the upbringing of the kids, and the homes they're growing up in now, and then everything's changing prices, and it's a lot of kids these days, they need more influence. Even not even just the kids, even adults. Everybody needs some push. Everybody needs some kind of guidance, someone to pat them on the back right then. But we also want to connect with someone who's been through what we've been through. Someone who's experienced some of the things you've experienced. And that will cause us to listen to a lot of the music we listen to now. But there's some music that leads people the wrong way. But me, I'm gonna be the one to show you positivity, show you that that God is with you, that you can wake up every day and keep going and keep pushing, don't give up. Because even myself, I've had them times I was like, oh, but I kept going.
What were some circumstances that you faced that were hard to overcome?
Right, right.
What were some of them?
Uh,
Or one of them that comes to mind?
well,
Because it shows how sometimes you can use the music to get you through hard times.
yes. Well, one of my main songs right now is my song Peace.
Right.
And I'm really pushing that song because right now I feel like the world needs so much of that. The world needs so much of peace, and the what I'm presenting from that because what I went through, I'm going through a lot of things, I went through a lot of deaths in the family.
Oh.
Friends that have passed away. Me being a father and dealing with my situations. Not being able to, I have some children I can, see anytime, but I have some children who I can't, who I had not had the opportunity to see in years. But I still, I'm an upstanding guy, and I'm gonna still take care of what needs to be taken care of, and still go and still push through. But my thing when I made the peace song, I overcome a lot of the things that just had me lost, that just had me out of it. From being in the dark. And when I started to face what I'm going through, and like whatever questions I need to ask, anything I need to say, or any people who I need to talk to, I went and talked to them, and I went and asked questions, like whatever problems we had, whatever was that I was that still had trauma on me, I faced it. And but with me dealing with so much, and I'm making a song piece. I made the song piece right before I had a court date for dealing with my son's and I got to see him, and I just started feeling great because I feel like I'm at peace with my life. I'm at peace because I got through so many things, and I just I just came to the point like, well, one line in my sign everybody loves, like, I don't want to hear no drama. I don't want to argue with my baby mama. So it's like I don't want to argue. I don't want to fuss with anybody. I just wanna, I just wanna go. I just wanna go away, clear my head. Go cruise, go drive in my car. That's one, like I just wanna drive in my car.
See, that's very important because in terms even of medicine, it's very good to relieve stress.
Yes.
Because stress leads to all kind of physical ailments, and that's just kind of a downward spiral of having hard times, and then your body betrays you too.
Right.
So trying to keep a good health aspect is really important. But the young people coming up, a lot of them don't have sufficient guidance from what I have seen, because I've worked in some schools here.
Right. Right. Yes.
I worked at Wingfield High School. That was so nice. That's where Bam and I met.
Wingfield. Let's go Falcons.
For real.
They don't shut my school down, but it's all good. We forever Falcons.
Exactly.
Yeah. Oh, yes.
Shut the building, but not the people.
Not the people. Hey, we know when there was a Wingfield. Yes.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Part of our history.
Right, our history ain't going nowhere. One thing about history, once it's there, it's there. You can't erase it.
Well, to get back to some of the earlier aspects of music, actually, your song piece is quite a departure from some of your previous music. What was it that made like a turning point?
You know what? Me starting off.
That was nice though. I like that music a lot.
Yes, and me starting getting into that. My brother used to when my brother was rapping, and I made my first song. I believe I was 9 years old.
Oh wow!
I made my first song at 9 years old.
Was that when you were still in New Orleans?
No, I was here in Jackson.
Okay.
Here in Jackson. Born in New Orleans, but raised here in Jackson. Most of my childhood here in Jackson.
Oh, okay.
In South Jackson, it is.
Oh, nice. Yeah.
And my brother used to take me, and I used to listen to him all the time, and he was like, he had this beat, and a lot of friends got. He was like, man, come on, Bam, and I was BigBam Young Snapper then.
I remember different kinds of
yeah, I went through a lot of names. Yes. And I just and but even before then, there was an artist by the name of Jody Capone. And Jody Capone, he was an artist, in the South Jackson area, and he used to come to the store. He used to go to work with my mom, and he used to come to the store, give us his CDs and stuff like this. And the first time I heard his CD, I was just wild, and Jody Capone. Yep. And I was shout out to Jody Capone, and I was just wild back. I listened to all his music. I had it all on my Dell computer. And nobody probably don't remember those right now. I had one of those big old Dell computers, had millions of songs on it. But he most definitely motivated me to do music, and and me, I really was just going through a lot of different styles, and majority of those different styles I went through, it of course it led me to doing rock, like the style I have now, because I was aggressive. I like to shout. I like to I want you to hear what I'm saying.
You can do that in hip hop.
Yes, in hip hop, that I was doing that, but I was even, but see, I always was into a lot of different music because starting from New Orleans, I always used to listen to jazz. Those second line bands would come. I was a big fan of horns and drums and stuff like this. So having that in my life and then growing up as with my dad. My dad used to always play a lot of he used to always play Johnny guitar and a lot of the old school R&B songs. And my mom was like that too. My mom liked that all. What the hip hop, Tupac, from Tupac to Sade. And I used to listen to all those different music. But the first time I got to hearing that rock element, it was always different. It was different to me. So and then it's like even coming from fifth grade, I had a teacher named Miss Gladney. And I remember her telling me that she said, "You have a voice, and I could see you being a singer one day." And it's like, I'm like, when she told me that, I was like, "What? I could be a singer?" And I ended up being that now because I like to sing in my songs. Like I like to sing. I like to have that peace within me when I'm doing my music now. Because I can perform in front of anywhere in the world. Without using the profanity like I was or whatever. But it's not the simple fact. No, no disrespect to those who do it. If you do it, you do it. Because being an artist is being a freedom of speech. You just say what you need to say what you want to
say. Some countries you can't say it.
Right. Some countries, but me, I love to present positivity in that. I want to be able not to be having to, because it's expensive to when you do songs like that, you have to cut, you have to get it mixed, radio played, and stuff like that. Because once you get to the radio, you have to know how not to use certain language.
Ben, do you think that it's kind of different ages of a person's life, like when someone, especially like a young man we're talking about, is in like teens or late teens, like that, early 20s, that he has a more need to kind of get a lot of things out there and to be able to really express himself real well and be heard, and doing it in that format, of being loud and having people go, "Oh my goodness," and clutch their pearls.
Right. And me being a teenager myself, when you're a teenager, that's when that's the most time. That's when you really find yourself. You really trying to see who you are. So of course, when you're a teenager, you're gonna go through so many stages. You don't know if you want to be rough, tough, nice, gentle, whatever. You're gonna go through a lot of things, but I feel like each of those stages, you're gonna go through something. Everybody has their own individual life, and everybody is gonna go through something, that makes them that way. Because not everyone raps the same, not everyone sings the same, not everybody tells the same story.
It better not. It's supposed to be the diversity of different ones. Right. If we already heard it, we go boo.
Right. Right.
Oh man. Mm-hmm. Have there been times in your adult life where you did not do music for a while?
Yes. At a certain time, I retired just to give my mind a break.
What was that? That was about what, 8 years ago or something?
You know what? That was before I did the slide on song. No, it was after I did that, and I took a break for a while because I had a business, and I was trying to
your security business.
Yeah, my security business, and I was trying to keep my my business together and stuff, and so I could just focus on that and my kids, and had kids and everything.
It's a lot of things to focus on.
Right. And and then being married, going through a divorce, so it's a lot I was dealing with at the time. So I had, I'm not gonna say I had, but for me, I just had to step away from the music for a while.
Yeah.
But once I got myself together, music start coming out.
Sometimes you just need absolute quiet.
Right, you do, and peace of mind.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Kind of let your wounded mind heal up.
Right. Yeah, because music started coming out. Because once I did the slide on the song, that song did numbers.
That was a nice song. I really
yes.
like that one so much. Yeah.
That song hit numbers. Still to this day, I hear people talking about that, and a lot of rappers tried to buy that song from me.
Oh, for real?
You know, but you know, it's like I had one offer some royalties or whatever, and I'm like, man, no, you want this song, you gonna have to pay me for this song.
Right.
Yeah, like come on now, cause you gonna buy my song like Boosie did. You know, you buy a song and you know you go take off and make money with it. You know what I'm saying? No, I want what I want for it. You know, there's no thing. If somebody wants to buy it, you know, hey, y'all want to conduct business, let's do it. But you're not gonna cheat me out of it.
None of this, I'll pay you later.
Yeah, right. Wow. We not paying with no IOUs. Oh no.
For real.
I gladly pay you Tuesday for this today.
Sorry, what?
You know, like in the movies, when they say I gladly pay you Tuesday.
Oh yeah.
You know, for this today, no, we're gonna pay you now. Let's get to it. Mm.
There's a store on Mill Street that I think it's like a little grocery store or something. I'm not sure if it's open all the time, but it has a sign outside that says, "Credit is a disease, but don't worry, you won't catch it here."
What? Oh yeah. So that means you don't need no credit. Right.
Yeah. Don't ask for credit in here.
Right. Oh, good.
Well, anyway, to get back to what we were talking about, kind of on a real deep level, like you said, after you feel kind of wounded from things that were happening in your life, and then you start to come back from because the music starts to come out of you. That's the healing right there.
Yes.
How does music help you get through hard times? Because sometimes when you're going through hard times, you need music.
When I say, how do music keep me through hard times? When I say music has been therapy to me. Music has really been therapy. And when I say, it's like, because when I get into that, when I go in the studio, it's like I forget about everything. And everything, and most of the time, whatever I went through, I don't wrote it in that song. So as each song and each song that I make, you know, that's a story of me. It tells you from me. All the way from my first album. I have 3 albums. And all of them are called Last of My Kind.
How are they all called the same thing?
You have Last of My Kind 1. Then you have, but see, they all have a different, like a story style. And you know, like 1 is just volume 1. But 2 is what's called Savage Mode. That was the Savage.
Okay. Oh, that's nice.
And then 3 is called King of Rock.
Nice.
Yeah, King of Rock, the number 3.
It's evolution.
Yes, but I am dropping number 4. I am dropping number 4, but this one is going to be called the Peace Album, and I'm planning on getting this album done before April. So so be looking forward in March. Yes.
Perfect.
Yes.
Speaking of storytelling, can I tell about the book?
Let's go. Let's get into it.
One of the things that Ryman Reason Foundation does is we publish this book telling our own stories, more or less every year. This one in particular, I think, was about 2 years in the making. Anyway, Bam is represented in here. He wrote for it. He's represented here in his performances in different places.
Yes. Yes, indeed. That's history right there.
And on this page here, this page over on this side, I don't know if it's your right or left, but it's right there.
Right, it's on the right. Oh yeah.
Yeah. So anyway, Bam has been involved with doing things like that, reaching out in a written form, because we all know that a lot of young people have no interest in reading nowadays.
Right.
But they really like this because it's a lot of beautiful art and pictures of the people that are doing the writing, and so they sometimes read it, and it draws them in because of developing a relevant interest. There's a lot of schools now do not have music in the curriculum anymore. Um, how do you think that affects the students who have musical talent? They don't have as much of an outlet there.
Um,
Did you take those classes when you were at Wingfield? Did you take a music class?
yeah,
How was it?
I loved it.
Okay.
I loved it. And see, and that's why I learned a lot of things about my voices now.
Okay.
Because being in choir.
It's choir?
Yeah,
nice,
it's choir.
Nice. I think I was in a choir in high school.
Yes, yes. Yes, I remember my teacher being Miss Williams.
You know it.
Yes. and but dealing with because I remember talking to my nieces about this, and I was like like or even my kids like y'all have choir and stuff like this. So some schools do, some schools don't. But I mean, when you take stuff like that out, that's history. Like every part of history has music dealing with. Songs written by it. And I don't. I'm not gonna say that it kind of it changes a lot because it don't matter where you go. Music is going to be there because music is around the world. But taking something like that, out of schools, I mean, is it plays a part. It plays a part in everyone's life because what if someone wants to be a singer? And y'all don't have it in school. They want to know the highs, the lows. They may want to be in a choir somewhere. Whether it's a church, whether it's opera, or whatever. They may want to do this type of thing. So school is supposed to be about all different careers.
Exactly.
School is supposed to be about careers.
But it isn't nowadays.
Right.
It's all about passing state tests.
Yeah. Oh.
Yeah. Anyway, the young people who feel that school is of no use to them. Okay, I'm sorry. Let me rewind there.
Mm-hmm.
When we're just talking about how taking music out of schools is a disadvantage to some students. For some students, it may be the main reason they go to school.
Right.
And that's another factor. So if you're taking out the main thing that they identify with the most, then there's no relevance, and then there's a lot of decline in interest in being in school.
Right. I mean, me growing up, I love school.
Yeah,
I mean, it was where everyone was. I mean, I love school. I love learning because I had so many questions. And but for the kids who just have those trouble, we have to keep reaching out to them. We have to keep reaching out to them. And I feel like us being the older generation, yeah, we have to reach out to these young.
For sure. Just even a couple of them,
Yeah.
If everybody kind of reached out to a couple of them.
Yes. Yes.
We just all kind of got to do what we can.
Yeah. Yeah. And see when we had the Don't Drop Out program, and stuff when we was there, I loved every bit of it. Talking to these kids, hearing their experiences, and things like that. And a lot of these kids just need an extra push. They need somebody just to put something in their ear because growing up sometimes a lot of kids don't have that they don't have that mom dad time that son father time, and because nowadays everybody's going to work, everybody just trying to get money, then come home and then you're exhausted because you're out there striving and trying to make a certain amount of money to survive, and you come home, you're worn out from that, but.
And so, what kind of music you think is best for that condition?
What's
the best thing that's real helpful somebody comes home like all of it, because that's hard.
Yeah, I mean,
What do you think? That'd be interesting. That's kind of music for it.
for that right there,
Yeah.
I mean, any kind like music for that is me for sure. But but like I mean, any kind of I feel like most old school music told it how it is, and you like the old school music or people who like
UGK or something.
something like that. If you want to put you some old UGK in, UGK type UGK, yeah, plenty of songs like that. And matter of fact, Zero, like Zero is dope.
Oh yeah.
Zero dope. Zero's real dope. I can listen to him any day.
I really like Mystical too.
Oh, Mystical. Oh, shout out to Mystical.
You want to hear something funny? There was this Legends of Southern Hip Hop thing several years ago, and I needed to get in contact with 8 Ball, and a friend here was helping me connect up with him so that Ball could write the intro for one of the Telling Our Own Stories books, which he did. Anyway, so went to Atlanta, and the show was at the Fox Theater. So I went to get a ticket, and it was sold out the first night.
Right.
And then they weren't planning on having a second night, but they went, let's go for it. And so, filled up again. So I was kind of up in a balcony and everything, but I could see everybody. And most of the people there were like a little bit older, and people like in their 30s and 40s like that, that were like teenagers when those guys first came out. And so when Mystical came out and started performing, a fight broke out.
I wonder what was on then. I wonder what song. That must have been that move, get out the way.
Ooh, Mystical goes hard. That was funny though. I'm like, how old are you?
Yeah. I had some songs like that too. Oh yeah. Yeah. If anyone who listens to any of my songs in the past, they know I like to jump around and get crunk. I love to see. Even now, I still like to. I like to put the energy into my performances. And now I'm more of a. I look at myself as I say I'm a musician. Because now I'm dealing with instruments. I love my keyboard. I like drums. And, guitars and stuff like this. So I look at myself as a musician. So it's like I feel like every genre of music I've done. I've done country, R&B. I just haven't done Afro and reggae yet, but that's coming. That's coming.
Get that one too, yeah.
But most of I've done all of them.
Do you have a preference or ones that were specific highlights that stood out amongst the others?
Say that again.
The different genres of music that you've been doing. Are there any in particular that stand out as like your favorites or something? Or made the most impact on you, I should say.
The music that I'm doing now, the music that I'm doing now has really like a lot of my songs that I've done. It's been times that I can go back and listen to my songs and it just calms me down. It'll calm me down and it makes me rethink things and see if that's what I want my music to do. That's an impact I want to have to anyone who could if you put my music on to where it can have you calm or you just want to listen to it and that's the kind of music I want to do. Music that'll make you feel good.
Exactly.
Yeah, that's the music I want to do because my main mission is to inspire. I want to inspire. It's not about being the best in the world. It's not about me being so high above everybody. It's about me inspiring the world, not just people here. I want to inspire the world. I've set the tone. In Jackson, I've set the tone for everybody. I am an independent artist. I'm not signed to nobody. You know what I'm saying? I did my own concert. I did my first concert last year, May 26th. Sold out concert with a live band. And had artists, had a lot of dope artists who opened up for me. The singer Jalea, Sosa, Mr. 6 a.m., Mr. Fred, Honey Band Zoe, who else? Eddie Kane, Molly the World, who else? And Tank Skywalker. I've had and Lucky You Did. Lucky You Did. Even came. She came all the way from Atlanta and did her thing. You know, big shout out to Lucky You Did. And you know, like I had one of the greatest concerts. Like I haven't seen none of that. But I didn't know that it was gonna come together like that. I had the light, smoke, everything.
Where did you have it?
I had it at Fox D and Elite. Shout out to Miss Foxy. Yeah, at Fox D and
Yeah.
Elite. I did it at Fox D and Elite.
Right.
Because you know, I remember talking to a promoter by the name of Melody Gibbs, and you know, and I did shows with her too in the past. And you know, I remember me talking to her. I said, "I'm gonna do a concert," and you know, she came to the concert. She was like, "She said, you said you was gonna do this." I said, "Yeah, it's time." And I did the concert, and you know, I set the tone. I did that concert also because to show other artists, y'all can do the same thing. You don't have to sit around and wait for nobody. You know, for you, if you want to do a concert, go do a concert. Get it together. You can do it. What you want to, whatever you put your mind to. I set the tone for that. Even when, just like in the book, they can read about it now that, you know, me and Hunter Banzo were the first artists in Jackson, Mississippi to do a versus, to verse each other. Every other city did it besides Jackson. So when me and him did it, we put other artists as well, you know, or on there so they could showcase their talent. Man, me and him went toe to toe with 10 hits, my 10 hits against his 10. You know, and you know, it was a good battle, you know. I won. You know, but he was competition because he was coming, he was hitting it back. He was pow, he was hitting it back with some hits. And you know, we did that, we battled out, and ever since we did the verses, we started like shows started happening everywhere in Jackson. We opened up a door for artists to perform, for people in Jackson to start taking artists, local artists more seriously. You know, because you know every other state is doing it. Every other state is showing their own artists love out there. You know what I'm saying? So Jackson can do the same thing. So let's put out more platforms and let's have more venues and places that people can perform. You know, so that was one thing I want to do. I want to set the tone and inspire people to do these things. You know.
One problem I think, Bam, is that someone may, like a young person, may have an idea of what he or she wants to do, like like you described, it, have a concert, for example, but they have zero idea of how to do it. And to teach people the bridge is something that's very important,
Yes.
and that's where adults can help mentor young
Yes.
people because they don't know the steps. Well, how do you organize a concert? Where would you start? That sort of thing.
Yes.
So that's one of the things that we've been stressing in the education that we've been working with too.
Yeah. And you know, one thing I can say, I'm glad that you know I grew up around a lot of older people. You know, I grew up around older people, and you know, I was around people who was always able to teach me something. You know, to show me. So, you know, I was me. Like I told, like I was real informational. You know, when I was little, I was always wondering all the time.
That's
you know,
good.
And asking questions, and you know, but nowadays, you know, who's going to stop the youngin and talk to them now? You know, we you know, but you know, but no, now a lot of the youngins they're not asking questions like we used to ask back then.
They're not. They're really quite absorbed in their phones.
Right.
And it's just like they're gone.
Yes. Yeah.
I noticed
Social media is a big thing right now.
I noticed that, like, I used to teach high school in Arizona on the Apache Reservation, and I'm still in contact with a lot of those former students, and they're real lively and good and interesting. You know, we did a lot of things. And then I went back to Arizona for 1 year and taught there again, and the students. I don't like to be rude to people, but I said, "You folks are really boring," you know. They're just kind of flatlined. It was really kind of sad to see. I'm just wasting my time being here.
Yeah, I've been in Arizona myself, and I've experienced it. I've experienced the atmosphere there. You know?
Well, it's here too. That's the thing
Mm-hmm.
of not caring about learning. Well, they learn some things. You can learn a lot online, but
Right.
that takes some direction too.
Right.
Just some guidance.
Yeah. Yeah. Right. But you have to dialogue your mind and be able to want to, because you can, just like my, it's times I want to learn some stuff about my car. You can go on YouTube, type in how to,
Exactly. Sure.
when you search the right thing, it's gonna come right there.
YouTube is the new university,
Yeah.
and also TikTok.
Yes.
But
Yes.
YouTube for learning how to do anything. This one friend of mine, I had these squirrels eating too much of the duck food in the daytime.
Mm-hmm.
And this one friend of mine managed to trap a squirrel and kill it.
Mm-hmm.
And so then he looked up on YouTube how to skin it and prepare it,
Yeah.
and then how to cook it.
Yeah.
So
Oh yeah. I'm pretty sure they showed them exactly how to do it too.
exactly, it was two white guys in camouflage.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. The ones who really hunt. Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
It's interesting. When I was a little kid, we ate squirrels sometimes because there was a squirrel hunting season.
Yeah.
And my dad, who was in the Navy, if he was home at that time of year, he'd go squirrel hunting. And then his mom would cook them all up, and they were really good.
Yeah. Okay. That's cool. And I haven't started. I didn't start experiencing that kind of life until now. Because growing up in the city, from New Orleans, like my family is half California, half New Orleans.
Okay.
So
Yeah, I remember you were in California for a
yeah,
while.
right. I lived in California for a while, and me growing up in such city. But I started when I like being here now. As I'm older, I got to experience some of the countryside, and the countryside is a lot peaceful.
It really
The
is.
stars are even brighter. It's
Especially like in the Delta.
even the air is different.
Yeah, like in the Delta.
Yeah, yeah. Even the air you breathe is much different.
It is for sure.
Oh my God, it's like and it's such a peace of mind because when you're in the city, cars going by every day, all you hear is commotion.
You have to pay attention to things that you don't want to pay attention.
Right.
You have to pay attention to.
Right.
Right. See,
And,
that's part of peacefulness too. It's a peaceful environment to
yeah.
live in. Yeah. Well, I think we discussed a bunch of interesting things. Do you have anything else, Pam, that you think we missed or something you'd like to say before we wrap this up?
Well, one thing I want to thank you again, and also to anybody to those who watching, always be sure to go for your dreams, whatever it is you want to do, go for it. Do not don't be afraid to go for your dreams. You have to get up and you have to get up. You have to do the work and get there. You know what I'm saying? And I'm proud of myself. But we gonna keep going. We gonna keep pushing. But to those who out there who watching, make sure you keep going. We know sometimes life gets tough, but you gotta keep going. No, nobody has had it, easy. Somebody has had some kind of bump on the road, but it's up to get up and step over that hump. But everybody, make sure y'all follow me on Instagram at BigBam _DA _SoufLord SOUFLORD SoufLord. Make sure y'all follow and subscribe to my channel. And just look me up and stream me. I got music everywhere. Go check me out, y'all. BigBam SoufLord.